Hello and welcome to Cooperville Live. For those of you who don't know, today is, in fact, Tuesday, the most Mondayest Tuesday in the history of Mondays that are actually Tuesdays. That's what you get when you get that 3-day weekend. Hello and welcome back to the program. It's been a hot minute. Yeah, 5 days since we've been on the live show, but it's good to be back. A lot of fun stuff happening over the course of the weekend. Little wild things. Hopefully, you had a chance to enjoy the 3-day weekend. That extra day off, man, throws you for a loop. You get up, you're like, feels like Monday, but it's Tuesday, so I guess there's a light there. There's a light in that tunnel. Let's check in with the peeps. Cooperville Clothing. Hey, we had a new drop come out on Friday, just in time for that. It's not the last grilling weekend of the season. If you are a veteran griller, it never stops. But our meat eater collection is out now. Boom pow. Established 10,000 BC. We got all the shirts. We got the hoodie because it's getting to be hoodie season. We also added, you can check up here, stickers to our arsenal of things that we do. So if you want to slap it on a computer, slap it on a locker, slap it on a vehicle, you can do that. Meat Eater one is right there, obviously. All of the stuff, including the debut of Scully Coop. Look at that fella. Yeah. Stick 'em. CoopervilleClothing.com. New drop also coming up this Friday. So we'll have even more stuff out there on the site. Captain Coop's Beard Company, keeping those beards all nice and healthy. It's starting to get drier out. If you have face hair, got to keep that stuff hydrated. Protect it during the summer, keep it hydrated during the winter. And yeah, it's a key. Beard oils, beard balms, and for you extreme beardos, the beard butter. It's good. It is bueno. CaptainCoops.com is the website, so go check out the stuff, man. Go and check out the stuff. How was your weekend? Did you have a good one? Decent weather, at least up here in Wisconsin. Oh, got to give a shout out to my Windy Sage Farms from Ontario, Oregon. Ben and Elizabeth and little Miller gave us a place to rest our heads when we were out on Epic Willie's Adventure. So I'm rocking their cap today. It was a good weekend. Junior was up, so we had a chance to hang out with him. He grows every time I see him. Now, obviously, it was an extended period of time that I didn't get a chance to see him because I was gone for 16 days out of August. But kid's shooting up like a weed. It's wild. And now he's like, he's into motorsports. Like he wants a four-wheeler. Went out dirt biking this weekend a couple times. So he's all like, which surprised me because usually he's kind of a on the device, gamer kind of guy. But when he's out doing the brap brap, it's a happy child right there. I told him he needs to get a job if he wants any of those things, but apparently there's some child labor law stuff that you got to concern yourself with. I think I was working on a farm when I was his age. I think I was. That doesn't really count. It's those when they have you on paper that you got to worry about. Oh, you're 11. But if you're just out shoveling shit, it's okay. Ain't no worries. So yeah, it was a good weekend. Drove him back yesterday started a new gig today, adding to the list of things I do. Working some marketing with Legends Marketing and Max Built and Epic Willie's Adventures. I'll be doing some cool stuff with that. Follow along on the socials for that progressive story. And over the next, I think in the next couple of weeks, going to be gracing the radio waves once again at Highway 111 Country out of Cookville, Tennessee. They're launching a new radio station down there, and so I will be lending my voice to the afternoon show down in Tennessee. It's about an hour east of Nashville. Cookville, Tennessee. Highway 111 Country. So that'll be exciting. It's been coming up on 3 years out of the radio business. So it's really cool. They reached out and said, "Hey, we have your stuff here on file." I think I had applied for a job a couple of years ago, just randomly on one of their other stations, and they reached out, and so they're going to be doing a show. I'll be here, but the show will be heard down in Tennessee. So that's super cool stuff. So a lot of things in the fire, obviously, with the clothing company, Captain Coops. We're launching some new products coming up in the next month or so. So a lot of stuff to pay attention to. And of course, the show. We may alter the show a little bit, either move it later or shorten it or only do a couple days a week. We're working out the finite details of that, but we'll figure it out in time. And of course, you can always watch it whenever. That's the great thing about live streaming, is you can watch and interact while it's happening. Otherwise, you can go back and watch it, obviously, on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch after it's all said and done. So cool stuff. A lot of stuff going on in the world. We'll touch on a few stories today. We'll keep it short and sweet and to the point. But take you back to when this whole pandemic thing started, and early on, the 15 days to flatten the curve, all the shutdowns, the schools, all went virtual. A lot of people furloughed from their jobs or were told to work from home. But there was one saving grace. There was one show that kept us all really feeling better about our own lives. That show was the Tiger King. Joe Exotic and the Tiger King cast of... Wow. But it was hilarious. It was crazy. It was wild. But it really did give you a point like, well, things may be bad, but could be working at Joe Exotic's zoo. But one of the stars of the show, one of the characters on the show, Eric Cowie, he was the guy, had like the long hair. Here, this fella right here. That guy. That guy is dead. I'm not trying to make light of it, but that guy, Eric Cowie, dead at age 53. Reportedly found laying face down in a New York City apartment on Friday, September 3rd, where he was discovered by one of his friends. Unclear whether the apartment belonged to him, he's originally from Oklahoma, or if he was visiting. According to TMZ, there was nothing suspicious about the circumstances surrounding the death. No drugs were found on the scene, but the outlet sources claim a toxicology report will likely be performed. Because if you watch the show, you're like, yep. I'm going to take a shot in the dark. I'm going to say meth, but I'm... 53. Yeah. So that's like the big, it's not even Hollywood news. Like, I don't even know what you call that now. It's just like reality Netflix TV show news. I don't know. But Eric Cowie dead at age 53. We are starting to see some wildness, or continuing to see. I shouldn't say starting to see, because we've seen plenty of wildness, but we're continuing to see craziness in regards to COVID and the vaccines and mandates. This story comes from Politico. Colleges are penalizing unvaccinated students as the Delta variant surges. After months of coaxing students with thousands of dollars in prizes, everything from gift cards to sports tickets to free parking, colleges are starting to punish the unvaccinated. As millions move back to campus, hundreds of schools are mandating vaccines and penalizing students who resist without a medical or religious reason. One university is fining students up to $200 per week, and they will lose access to the campus Wi-Fi until they get the shot. University of Virginia booted more than 200 unvaccinated people from its rolls before the semester began. Rutgers University, the first in the U.S. to mandate vaccinations for students, is threatening to disconnect email access and deny campus housing for students who don't comply. I'm paying you to be here, right? Yeah. Like a lot of money, right? Yeah. So that's what's happening in the college world. Students being some booted, some not allowed to attend, some are having their access that you think is fairly necessary, Wi-Fi, your school email. I'm guessing that's where a lot of your correspondence with your professors probably happens. So first it was the bribery. Cash, prizes, gaming systems, sports tickets, donuts. And now it's, you're out. It's a scary place to be, right? Teens and 20-something adults have the lowest vaccination rates among the eligible population, making them a larger factor. About 60% of people ages 18 to 24 have gotten at least one dose of the vaccine, compared to 95% of people 65 to 74. At Ohio State University, all students, faculty, and staff must be fully vaccinated by November 15th. Students who do not comply and do not have approved exemption will not be eligible for in-person class or on-campus housing in the spring, and their email and other electronic resources will be taken by the university. It's Wednesday in Malaysia. Happy Wednesday. C-dubs. C-dubs in Malaysia. Already a day ahead of us. Time travel. Or time zones. Can you imagine sending your kid off to university? Maybe you're helping pay part of their tuition. And the university's like, sorry, if you don't have this, you don't get housing. You can't attend in-person classes. You don't get your email. You don't get your school-issued laptop or iPad or whatever it is. Like, wait, what? We're paying you. A lot of crazy things happening at the university, so it's not just related to this. Strange things. Agenda-driven things. That's right, Nick. It's called coercion. We give you prizes. You don't want the prizes? We take away your stuff. Pardon me while I seek entertainment elsewhere. I don't know. I mean, I watched, not like a plethora. I think it was, I saw some highlights on the book from the Badger game, which happened over the weekend. So you have a Camp Randall Stadium full of whatever the cap is, 80,000, 88,000 fans, students, and alumni and fans. And that was all over. College football season kicked off over the weekend, and it was a packed house. The pregame shows were showing they're showing all the people at the pregame shows, and it's just wild and crazy times. Yeah. The world has become a crazy place. I'm starting to feel the reversion back into 2020. And it's becoming a little bit sketch. But I'm telling you, start traveling west. Start traveling west, and it's like all is right with the world. They may not have fancy things like cable television or really solid cellular reception. 1 bar, 4G. 0 bars, no G. But 0 fucks, man. I'm telling you. None whatsoever. And for the most part, happy people. Happy people. Enjoying the fruits of their labor and their lives and just kind of going about living it. So it's definitely compartmentalized into more, I won't even call it metropolitan areas, but areas that have a lean to them. You're like, what is happening here? Why are people wearing? Why are we back? Why are we back to where we started from? Time to take another trip, Nick. Let's just get out of here. I'll leave you with a uplifting story to remind you that before all this crazy COVID bullshit happened, there were just regular crazy people in the world. And we got to read their stories and laugh at them. Instead of reading their stories and go, this is an injunction. This is coercion. This is a trampling of the Constitution. We used to just read funny stories and be like, that dude's weird. Luckily, there are still these stories out there. Though they do get kind of buried underneath the cover of darkness, the cover of all the political shit and all the COVID stuff. But there's still crazy people out there. And that, my friend, should make you feel better about you. The story comes from New York Post. An incorrigible underwear thief has been arrested for stealing a staggering 730 bras and panties from various laundromats. The man, 56, was arrested last week after police found a huge stash of female underwear in his apartment in a southern Japanese city. The extent of his underwear obsession was laid bare when police released an image showing the entirety of 730 pieces in the apartment. It's like laid out on a tarp individually. Now, as you are going about the rest of your evening, progressing into your Wednesday, or in the case of my buddy C-Dubs over in Malaysia, your Thursday, because they're a day ahead. Just think about all the craziness going on in the world. All the anger, all the angst, all the fisticuffs we're on the brink of. Then I want you to say to yourself, there's some dude going into laundromats and taking people's underpants. And if that dude isn't you, it ain't all bad. It isn't all horrible. You kind of got your shit together a little bit. You're like, but it could be worse. I could be that fella. The fact that it's all nicely laid out, I mean, I think that's a real, I mean, that shows a real other level of disconnect from reality. Let's call it that. But it's good to see that there's still crazy people in the world. For a while, I thought it was just half the population. Now you know there's still that one guy out there making a story, making a headline without having to use the words vaccine or COVID or politics or anything. Makes me feel like the old days. All right, we're back on the show tomorrow at 5 o'clock. We'll talk more stuff, and then we will get back into some guests, and we'll do all of the things. But I hope you have a fantastic Tuesday. Short work week this week, so enjoy it. In Malaysia, it's already Wednesday, so think about that way. We're that close to the halfway point of an already shortened work week. That's nice to think about, right? Book me that vacation. Where to go next? Not even vacation. We'll call it an excursion. Let's go on an excursion. An adventure. In the woods, away from other humans. I like it. All right, y'all. Peace.